And you know what's crazy about Eddie too is that, like, speaking about family, Eddie is like, I've never done this before. Eddie knows everyone. He flippin' knows everyone. And I have never called Eddie and asked for a favor other than like, hey, you want to come on my podcast? I've never called him and been like, hey, would you make a phone call on my behalf? I've never done that. But I, last week, was given a script and I loved it. The lead character is written as like a 32-year-old. And they're interested in me for another character. And she's, very small in the pilot. And, the way things are now, I'm sure they'll audition 10,000 women for it. But in my mind, the way it's written, I could still very easily play this lead character. And so I wanted to sort of put that in their head that like, hey, you may not even be thinking of someone of my age for this, but I know that I could nail this out of the fucking park. And Eddie has worked with the fucking showrunner before for years. And so I reached out to Ed and I said, hey, Ed, man, I just read this script and I gave him the whole spiel. And I was like, do you think that you could send a text or like whatever? And he goes, I'm going to call him right now. And I was like, oh shit. Okay, cool. And I get a text message from him like 5 minutes later or like 10 minutes later. And he's like, I just talked to him. I told him you'd be great as the lead, that they'd be lucky to fucking have you. Let's see what happens. And I was like, okay, cool.
I love everybody's impression of Eddie too. Ron had one too. Everybody knows how he sounds.
You have to have an impression of him. Yes.
Yeah. It's so funny, but he knows everyone.
And he's been around for a long time. He's he's just sort of the secret sauce of Hollywood, I think.
And also his musical career, and he's a jack of all trades within the industry in terms of music and writing and producing and directing and acting.